There's something catastrophically wrong with how we prepare food in modern kitchens. And the appliance industry has been hiding this truth for over 70 years because admitting it would collapse their entire business model. Here's a fact that should make you furious. Nutrient deficiency diseases are skyrocketing despite us eating more food than ever before. Anemia affects 1.6 billion people globally. Vitamin deficiencies have doubled in developed countries since the 1980s. We're simultaneously overfed and malnourished. Everyone blames modern agriculture, depleted soil, GMOs, pesticides, and sure, those are problems. But nobody's talking about what happens to your food between the farm and your mouth. Nobody's asking, what if the way we process food in our kitchens is destroying nutrients that actually made it to your cutting board? Because there is a technology we abandoned 60 years ago, technology used for literally 10,000 years that unlocked nutrients our bodies desperately need. And modern appliances can't replicate it, no matter what the marketing claims. If you take supplements but still feel deficient, if you eat healthy but lack energy, if your labs show you're low in minerals despite a good diet, the answer is not that you need more supplements. The answer is not that you're not absorbing nutrients properly. The answer is that your blender, your food processor, your modern kitchen tools are destroying bioavailability before food ever reaches your stomach. And this is measurable. This is chemistry. Drop a comment right now if you spend money on supplements but still feel like something's missing. Because what I'm about to show you might eliminate half the bottles in your cabinet. So what did ancient people know that we forgot? What made a simple stone mortar and pestle more effective than a $500 Vitamix? To understand that, we need to go back to when food preparation was an act of transformation, not just convenience. Picture an ancient kitchen, Roman, medieval, doesn't matter. The centerpiece isn't a stove or a refrigerator. It's a stone mortar, heavy granite or basalt, worn smooth by generations of use. This wasn't just a tool. It was the primary interface between raw ingredients and edible food. Everything got ground in that mortar. Grains into flour, spices into paste, herbs into medicine, seeds into milk. The process was slow, physical, intentional. A woman grinding grain for her family's bread might spend an hour at the mortar. This wasn't inefficiency. Was biochemistry happening in real time? Then came the Industrial Revolution. Suddenly, we could mechanize everything. Metal mills in the 1800s, electric blenders in 1922, food processors in the 1970s. Each innovation promised the same thing: do in 30 seconds what used to take 30 minutes. But there was a trade-off nobody measured. And that trade-off is literally stealing nutrition from every meal you eat. By the 1980s, stone mortar had essentially disappeared from Western kitchens. They were dismissed as primitive, quaint museum pieces. Why would you manually grind spices when you could just press a button? Here's why. Because mechanical speed and chemical preservation are opposites. A study from the University of Bologna compared the nutrient content of spices ground in stone mortar versus electric grinders. The stone-ground spices retain 60% more volatile oils, the compounds that contain most of the medicinal benefits. 60% lost just from using a different tool. That ancient Egyptian grinding barley in a stone quern. She was preserving enzymes we're destroying. She was creating bioavailable minerals we're making inert. She was unlocking nutrients we're locking away. And nobody told you. Not the appliance companies profiting from your $200 blender. Not the supplement industry making billions from your deficiencies. Not the doctors who never learned about food preparation in medical school. But to understand why stone is different, we need to understand what's actually happening at a molecular level when you grind, crush, or blend food. And this is where modern science finally catches up to ancient wisdom. When you break down food, you're not just making it smaller, you're rupturing cell walls, exposing enzymes, triggering chemical reactions. the method matters more than anyone in the appliance industry wants to admit. Modern kitchen tools destroy nutrition in 3 devastating ways. First, oxidative destruction. Electric blenders spin at 20,000 to 30,000 RPM. Food processors hit similar speeds. And that speed generates 2 things: heat and oxidation. Both are nutrient killers. Research from the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry found that high-speed blending increases oxidation by 300 to 400% compared to manual grinding. Vitamin C, destroyed. Polyphenols, degraded. Essential fatty acids, oxidized into compounds your body can't use. Stone mortar work at human speed. No motors, no heat generation, no oxidative stress. You're crushing cell walls mechanically, without creating the chemical chaos that destroys nutrients. Second, heat degradation. Even cold blending creates friction heat. Studies show that high-speed blenders can raise food temperature by P-20 degrees Fahrenheit in just Y seconds of blending. That's enough to denature heat-sensitive enzymes. Enzymes like amylase, protease, and lipase, the exact compounds that help you digest and absorb nutrients, begin breaking down at temperatures above 118 degrees Fahrenheit. Your Vitamix is literally cooking away your digestive aids. Stone grinding. Room temperature. Always the thermal mass of the stone actually acts as a heat sink, keeping everything cool even during intensive grinding. Third, cell structure preservation. This is the big one. High-speed blades don't just break cell walls, they obliterate them. They create such fine particles that beneficial fiber structures are destroyed. Protective compounds are exposed to air too rapidly, and the food becomes essentially pre-digested in a way that spikes blood sugar. A study from the University of Sydney compared glycemic response to the same fruits processed different ways. Stone ground, gradual glucose release. Blender processed blood sugar spike comparable to juice. Stone mortar, crush and tear gradually. Cell walls break, but fiber structure remains largely intact. You get bioavailability without the metabolic chaos. The mineral advantage. Here's something almost nobody talks about. Stone mortars actually add trace minerals to your food. Granite and basalt contain magnesium, calcium, iron, and dozens of other minerals. During grinding, microscopic amounts leach into your food, literally mineralizing it. Modern stainless steel and plastic. They leach nothing beneficial. Actually, plastic can leach endocrine disruptors, and high-speed metal blades can introduce metal particles. Your body knows the difference. When you consume food prepared in stone, you're getting mineral cofactors that improve absorption of the nutrients already present. It's synergistic nutrition that no supplement can replicate. I know this sounds almost too simple, but here's the brutal truth. The appliance industry built a multi-billion-dollar business convincing you that faster is better. Speed became the metric. Convenience became the goal. Nobody asked, better for whom? Convenient for what? Certainly not better for your cells or convenient for your metabolism. But don't just take my word for it. The evidence has been hiding in plain sight for decades. Let me show you something the appliance and supplement industries pray you never connect. Traditional cultures still using stone mortars have dramatically lower rates of mineral deficiencies, despite eating less. Diverse diets than modern Western populations. A comparative study in rural Ethiopia found that villages using traditional stone grinding had 45% higher iron levels in blood tests compared to villages that had adopted mechanical mills. Same food sources, different preparation. Different health outcomes. Ayurvedic medicine has used stone mortar for 5,000 years, specifically, requires them for preparing medicinal compounds. Modern studies are finally proving why. Research from the National Institute of Ayurveda found that herbs ground in stone mortar had 35 to 50% higher concentrations of active alkaloids compared to electrically ground preparations. The ancient practitioners knew empirically what we're now measuring scientifically. Japanese centenarians and traditional households still use Sariba ceramic grinding bowls. Researchers studying Okinawan longevity found that households maintaining traditional food preparation methods, including manual stone grinding, had significantly higher nutrient density in their diets, despite eating the same base ingredients as modernized households. But here's the study that really proves the point. UCLA researchers took identical ingredients and prepared them 3Y stone mortars, food processor, and high-speed blender. Then they measured bioavailability using simulated digestion. Stone mortar preparation. 73% of minerals remained bioavailable. Food processor, 52%. High-speed blender, 41%. Same food, different preparation. 30% difference in what your body can actually use. Now, the appliance industry will tell you this is all pseudoscience. They'll say their products are scientifically designed for optimal nutrition. But here's what they won't tell you. Not a single major blender or food processor company has ever funded independent research on nutrient retention compared to traditional methods, because they already know what they'd find. The supplement industry is even more complicit. They've built a $150 billion global empire on nutrient deficiencies. Do you really think they want you to know that better food preparation could cut your supplement needs in half? We're not just malnourished. We're being kept malnourished by the very industries claiming to help us. But this raises the obvious question. If stone mortars were so nutritionally superior, why did we abandon them? The answer reveals everything about how progress became a marketing term instead of a health metric. The death of the stone mortar wasn't about nutrition. It was about speed, marketing, and planned obsolescence. In the 1950s, appliance manufacturers faced a problem. How do you sell electric kitchen gadgets to people who already have functional tools? Answer: you convince them that time spent preparing food is time wasted. They launched campaigns positioning manual food prep as drudgery. Magazine ads showed exhausted women hand-grinding spices, then showed the same women relaxed and smiling with electric appliances. The message was clear. Modern women don't waste time on primitive methods. Home economics classes often directly funded by appliance companies taught that electric food preparation was more hygienic and scientific. An entire generation learned that buttons and motors meant progress. And here's the business model that guaranteed stone's extinction. Electric appliances break. They wear out. Motors burn out. Plastic cracks. You replace them every 5 to 10 years. Stone mortar, they last centuries. Some families in Mediterranean cultures still use mortars that are 200 years old. There's no recurring revenue in something that never breaks. The supplement industry piggybacked perfectly on this shift. As nutrient deficiencies increased partially due to depleted soil, but significantly due to destructive food preparation, they positioned themselves as the solution. Take pills to replace what your food should provide. They profit from your deficiency. The appliance companies profit from your convenience. And you end up spending $200 on a blender plus $100 a month on supplements, never realizing the blender is creating the deficiency the supplements are treating. This isn't your fault. You were sold a story about progress that was actually regression disguised as innovation. And now, if you suggest using a mortar and pestle, people think you're pretentious, that you're making food preparation harder than it needs to be. The industry did and just removed stone mortar from our kitchens. They removed the very concept that food preparation could be a health intervention. But here's the good news. Stone mortars still exist. They're still available. And bringing one into your kitchen might be the most cost-effective health upgrade you ever make. If this is resonating with you, hit that like button and subscribe. The appliance industry spends millions on advertising, so videos like this need your help to reach people. So what do you actually do? How do you bring stone mortar preparation into a modern kitchen without making cooking impossibly tedious? Step 1. Start with high-value ingredients you don't need to grind everything in a mortar. Start with ingredients where nutrient density matters most: spices, herbs, seeds, and nuts. Get a medium-sized granite or marble mortar, and pestle 6 to 8 inches is perfect for home use. Thai mortars are excellent for herbs and pastes. Mexican malcajetes work beautifully for salsas and spices. These aren't expensive. A quality stone mortar costs $30 to $60 and will outlive you. Step 2. Fresh grind your medicine. Spices aren't just flavor, they're concentrated medicine. Turmeric, black pepper, cumin, coriander, these contain compounds that prevent disease, but those compounds degrade rapidly when ground. Pre-ground spices lose 90% of their volatile oils within months. Stone grinding fresh preserves everything. Plus, the act of grinding releases aromatics that tell your digestive system what's coming, priming it for better absorption. Spend 2 to 3 minutes grinding spices fresh for each meal. That's not wasted time. That's chemistry working in your favor. Step 3. Make your own nut butters and seed milks. Commercial nut butters are processed at high heat and often oxidized before they reach you. Making your own in a stone mortar takes longer, but the nutritional difference is staggering. Grind nuts, seeds, or grains slowly in your mortar. The oils release gradually, the proteins stay intact, the minerals remain bioavailable. You can taste the difference. It's richer, more complex, more alive. Step 4. Prepare medicinal pastes. This is where stone mortar truly shined. Garlic, ginger, turmeric. Herbs. Grinding these into pastes in stone creates compound interactions that don't happen in blenders. The slow crushing allows enzymatic reactions to occur. Cell walls break gradually, releasing compounds in sequence rather than all at once. Ancient medicine systems understood this intuitively. Step 5. Strategic blending. I'm not saying throw out your blender. I'm saying use it strategically. For smoothies where you need volume and liquid, fine, use the blender. But for concentrated nutrition, for medicine, for anything where bioavailability matters most, reach for stone first. But I don't have time to hand grind everything. Then you're choosing convenience over cellular health. That's finite, your choice. But stop wondering why your expensive supplements are unworking when you destroying nutrients before they enter your body. Stone grinding is too hard. It's physical work, yes, which means you're engaging your body in food preparation. That mindfulness, that connection, it affects digestion positively. Studies show that active participation in cooking improves digestive enzyme secretion. Can't I just buy better supplements? You can try. But isolated synthetic nutrients don't work the same way as food-derived. Nutrition prepared in ways that preserve cofactors and synergistic compounds. Imagine this. 6 months from now, you're grinding fresh spices for dinner. You notice your energy is different, steadier, clearer. Your latest blood work shows your mineral levels have normalized. You've quietly stopped taking 3 supplements because you just don't need them anymore. That's not fantasy. That's just your body getting nutrients in the form it actually recognizes and can use. Ancient civilizations didn't have nutrition labels or RDA guidelines, but they had something we lost: direct knowledge that the method of preparation matters as much as the ingredients themselves. We don't need to reject all modern tools. We just need to stop assuming newer always means better. Your cells are trying to tell you something. Maybe it's time to listen. Drop a comment. Do you already use a mortar and pestle, or does this seem too inconvenient? I want to know your real thoughts. And if you want me to create a comprehensive guide on stone mortar preparation techniques for maximum nutrition, let me know. If this video hits 12,000 likes, that's my next topic. The nutrition you're searching for in supplements is already in your food. You just need to stop destroying it before it reaches your mouth.